Do any of us know how much sugar we consumed yesterday? Or even just this morning? Did you know that all of Starbucks' signature drinks have over 50 grams of sugar? This is the equivalent to 50 grams. And that all of their morning muffins have over 25 grams of sugar? The same goes for Dunkin' Donuts. The University of Washington says that the average American consumes over 100 grams of sugar a day. That's 4 times the suggested amount of just 25 grams. Personally, I started trying to reduce my sugar intake about 6 months ago, and I think the most important part is about being aware of what's going into your body and how it's going to affect you if you consume too much sugar. So that is why today I'm going to be talking about what sugar actually is, the harmful effects of consuming too much, and some simple ways to reduce your consumption. To start off, I'm going to be talking about what sugar actually is. According to the American Heart Association, it is the combining of fructose and glucose to form the crystal-like substance that we can see. It is disguised as 56 different names on the back of food labels, some of those being malt syrup, dextrose, high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, fructose, and glucose, so it's really hard to know what is sugar and what isn't. Sugar can be naturally occurring, like what we see in fruit and milk. A Harvard study says that these sugars are pure because they have the fiber still intact. This gives our gut good healthy bacteria to digest the food and keeps us feeling fuller for longer so we don't continue to eat more sugar. On the other hand, sugar can be processed. Processed sugars are used to preserve and sweeten things. So like in those muffins at Starbucks, it's put in there to keep them on the shelf for a longer amount of time. And it's put in the drinks to sweeten them to satisfy a wide variety of customers. These sugars are bad for us because they have no nutritional value, and they give us a sugar rush and then a crash later on, leading us to want to consume even more sugar. Now I'm going to talk about the harmful effects of consuming too much. Sugar is the source of so many health problems. Because of the insulin resistance our body builds up when we consume too much. The insulin resistance leads to hypertension, and hypertension is high blood pressure. High blood pressure leads to so many health problems, some of those being obesity, diabetes, and all cardiovascular diseases. Dr. Hu from JAMA Medicine found a direct correlation between high sugar diets and deaths from heart diseases. Sugar can also mess with our minds. It messes with our dopamine reward system, and dopamine is our feel-good chemical. Sugar scientist Zane Andrews found that whenever we crave sugar and we eat it, our bodies release dopamine. And this is harmful for us because we build up a tolerance to the dopamine, and then we consume even more sugar to feel the same rush we felt the first time. Now, after saying all this, I'm sure you're probably wondering, well, what are some ways that you can lower your consumption? I found an article on the Healthline by Dr. Alexandria Rolls, and she gave 14 simple ways that you can lower your consumption. I'm going to talk about 3. The first is to swap soda for sparkling water, so you're still getting all of the carbonation. And if you're going for flavor, try hot tea or hot coffee without all the additives. Second is to avoid putting sauce on healthy foods. So chicken, for instance, instead of doing barbecue sauce, try seasoning it with some herbs and spices to give it a good flavor. And on salads, instead of doing ranch or honey mustard or Thousand Island, try putting an oil and vinegar combination. And I personally really like apple cider vinegar and olive oil. Third is to cook your own meals at home. This is really important because you're very aware of what's going into the food and how much sugar is going into it, which in turn will go into your body. So now I've explained to y'all what sugar is, the harmful effects of putting an excess amount in your body, and 3 simple ways to lower your consumption that I hope you all give a try. Remember, it's not about reaching 25 grams. is about being mindful of what's going into your body and how it's going to affect you if you continue to consume too much sugar every day.
We're supposed to clap?